Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. On this special day, we have a Valentine special. We have a top relationship awareness coach, Samar Hajir, known as the Healer of Hearts. Samar has 16 years of experience specializing in life coaching, focusing on relationships awareness, spirituality, childhood traumas, and women empowerment. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here again. So I have a lot of questions for you. I was telling Casey, I'm so excited because it's Valentine's Day. And I'm feeling extra love to everyone. I feel like I want to be extra nice. But of course, I want to ask, how can individuals, let's say, cultivate self-love?
Well, it's a journey. We don't learn. Heard of any course about self-love in schools? Is it a part of the curriculum?
The curriculums in schools are missing so much valuable stuff that we need to know as adults.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
what do you remember from anything you have learned in the university or in the school? Some things we remember, but mostly we're just like to fill the time and to teach us skills and knowledge that is not practically needed where we are now in life. So I would say it's a self-exploring step in each one's life. Some people learn it the hard way, while others learn it like by hearing about it, by reading about it, by being in a workshop that self-love pops up.
What are some signs that you might be in an anti-self-love situation and that you need to heal? Maybe some like personal triggers.
I would say generally unhappiness, troubles in your workplace, inability to sustain a job, unhappy in your I think once you fill the cup, it will start spilling love all over around you. That means you will love life, you will love everything that comes your way, you will be more harmonious in your relationships, you will attract abundance, you will manifest faster, you will attract the one, not the one that you want when you are in a self-sabotaging state of mind, but the one that is on the same energy resonance with you, a self-loving person. So there is no department of life that does not get positively affected with the self-love that you do.
Do you think there's a scope for people to just not believe in the self-love journey? You know, like, is there a lot of people go through life, they don't do the self-love journey and they get through it fine. Do you think it's necessary to live a happy life to go under this personal exploration?
I believe we can live outside that path, but it will not be the highest level of
whether it's through anything, there are a lot of outside factors that kind of like can, I would say, get in the way. You know what I mean? Whether it's like a toxic friend, a toxic boyfriend, a toxic husband, a toxic fiance. So how should people deal with that to, let's say, as you said, like maximize their self-love?
I'd love to say that they have to make hard choices and walk away from any toxic environment or relationship. But after 6 years of dealing with people relating, like they have problems in their love life and family life, I can say it's never like a choice that a person make from a happy place or from an easy place or from a comfort zone. So to everyone listening and watching us today, I would say you will know how much you love yourself by the quality of relationships in your life. You will know what you can put up with, and that would determine how much you love yourself, how much you value yourself. I always tell to my clients, if you love yourself enough, you will not accept anything that is less than that, which means time is irreversible. It cannot be recoverable. So every minute you spend with the wrong person, in the wrong job, in the wrong relationship is a time that you cannot redeem.
So interesting. I love this is Valentine's Day, but I think we're acknowledging the fact that not everyone is in a relationship. Some people are single, some people are heartbroken, going through trauma. And if that's the case, and if someone's watching right now and they're in a dark place, either in a difficult relationship or trying to get out of one, do you have tips that people can, really practically implement into their daily lives that could help that?
Definitely. I would say engage in a self-loving process. Go inside yourself and see the places that resulted in you getting in this place. I would say that the heartbreak is the place that the light comes into your heart. I would say that you were not able to be heartbroken if you were not able to deal with the heartbreak. So I would say right now, right here, forget who caused the heartbreak. Forget about where you want to go and focus on the here and now. Focus on this person that you are. Learn your lessons. Understand the reasons that led you to be here today. And from that understanding, I guarantee that you will not make the same mistakes. I don't call it mistake, we're just lightly using it. I would say it is the meant mistakes that were meant to lead you here. I would say don't feel like you are being derailed from life by not dating or not engaging in a relationship. I would say don't rush into a rebound relationship. I would say take care of your heart the same way you take care of your body, because it is as important, if not more. I would say take a break from life if you need, and just sit by yourself, replenish the energy that was depleted, and find the purpose, and realize that what led you here did not mean to break you here. It was meant to bring you into the other side of the shore.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. So you've talked about like how we should be mindful of like a lot of things. So do you have some specific strategies that we can, or anyone who's watching us, practice in order to mindfulness and self-love?
Okay, so mindfulness means that I am present in the here and now. It means I'm not sad or grieving anything that happened a minute before or 10 years back. And I'm not worried about what's coming the next second or the next 5 years. I am being aware of what is happening in my body temple right now on my level of mental and heart space. So when you bring yourself into mindfulness, this is where you manifest. How do we do that? The most basic thing that we all do, breathing. And the most troubling thing that all humans suffer from. We don't breathe. We take short, shallow breaths that keep us alive, but we don't engage in a breathing technique that brings calmness into our body. So I would say breathing. I would say working out, so that you can infuse all the hormones in your body. The same hormones that we get from coffee, from Hugging a loved one can be obtained by just walking on a treadmill for 20 minutes or taking a walk under the sunlight, going to nature, meditating, journaling with a pen and paper, not over the phone, because you want all of your senses engaged. I would say reading, but reading mindfully, not absent-minded. There are a lot of mindful techniques that I teach my clients in sessions.
As you spoke there, I just became very conscious of my breathing, and I was like,
Yeah, me too.
sit here, let's find the Z. No, but amazing and very helpful strategies people can really implement themselves if you're watching now. In your coaching practice, what do you think is the best approaches for empowering women? Because, of course, you work with women empowerment in their pursuit of not necessarily a fulfilling relationship, but a fulfilling life.
I love these last few words of yours. Not to find a fulfilling relationship necessarily, but to find a fulfilling life. I always say your life is a pizza and your relationship is one slice. Oftentimes, women, because we are so emotional and we love to nurture, we think that relationships is what everything means and it is why life is here. And I value relationships. I live to coach on relationships. But I also say, if that slice to you is the whole pizza, and then something wrong happens in that slice, your whole life is in shreds. So I would say to empower women, work on yourself. And that does not mean only attend classes, workshops, courses, or learn. That's an essential part of working on yourself, but also work on your inner world. Understand your wounds, understand the pain that you have lived, that you have swept under the rug and went on with life. Everything that happened is still happening in our subconscious mind. So unpack the old baggage, clear it. Have a session or 2 or 5 or 10 or 100 with a professional. See what is that ocean that is within you. Understand yourself. From that vantage point of self-discovery and self-exploration, you will be able to know what's your passion in life, what's the best job that you can do, who is the one, and what characters does he have or hold, how many children do you want to have, and why, and what motherhood means to you, and what success means to you, and how much money you want to have. That's woman empowerment to me.
Amazing.
Well, that's actually amazing because, of course, you know, as women, we are aware of like the things that we want, but we tend to sweep the things that we want under the rug for, let's say, a relationship. So when you see such a situation happening, what do you tell your clients? If they are aware of what they want, but they technically just sweep it under the rug just for a relationship to work out?
This happens a lot. I think the reason why a woman would do that is, between brackets, the desperation for love. Do you ever feel the need to sacrifice everything you have for something you don't need? No. You will always put a lot of value and emphasis on what you think you need. When you're thirsty, everything you see is water. When you're hungry, everything you think of is food. When you're tired or sleepy, you want to sleep. That's exactly what women do when they are in deep need for love. Now, the most important question, what leads them to this place? The lack of self-love. When the cup is full, you don't feel that desperation to fill it from any source on the outside. So when a woman would just put all of her life aside, and I'm not judging or criticizing here, I'm saying this with so much love and wisdom, because I have been there, I have done that, and I learned from my own experiences that love comes from within. And the love that you look on the outside will always fail you for as long as you don't love yourself. Why? Because you will attract someone who does not love himself as well. And guess what? two people who don't love each other because they don't love oneself, and then it's like a fight of, I want you to do this to me. No, I want you to do that to me. Well, no one is expected to do anything to you. If you love yourself, you will attract someone on that energetic match and resonance. And you will not have to ask for anything because they will be willingly and happily giving in that to you because they are full. So what do I say to women like that? First of all, I explain to them the reason for that desperation. And then, once we know the problem, we know the solution. If you lose your keys at home, you don't go to the street. So once I tell the client that the keys is at home, let's look for it in here, she forgets all of the relationship things, and then she focuses on her self-love. And then from that space, she would be saying, I'm not ready for dating or seeing anyone. I'm just busy with myself. And that is the best thing I can hear.
Amazing. You are filling our cups today. Our cups are getting full. I've just realized the time. We want to help Dubai with their dramas.
Yeah.
So we're calling it the Love Coach segment, but we only have a time for a few short ones. So let me jump into the first one. So these are problems from the audience that we'd like your help with. So thank you anyone who sent them through to us. And then if there's any personal ones in the back that would like some help, we could also maybe have time for those as well. Okay, so I need a little bit of encouragement, please. This one is a bit funny. My friend with benefits of 1 year. My friend dumped me yesterday. My friend of 1 year dumped me yesterday. And although I knew it wouldn't go anywhere, he is actually not the type of person I wanted as a boyfriend. It still feels like mini heartbreak and I'm sitting in my bed crying. We had good times together, but he never made me feel super special. Why do I feel so terrible?
Short question and short answer. Because you reject yourself. And you wait for someone to accept you. And when he doesn't, he triggers that deep wound within you that needs to be healing. She answered herself. She said, he's not the man I'm looking for. There are so many things he did not do to me. So that's why I say know yourself before you look for someone. Because once you know what you want, you will not accept anyone giving you less or different. So I would say, again, he dumped you because your soul and your heart is ready for the light. And the more you run after him or wait for him, the more you stop that light from entering your heart. So yes, I understand the pain, I understand the tears and the crying. Take all the time you need to cry. And once you finish, once you weep enough and remove all the sadness from your eyes and heart, you'll see the light. You will understand that he was giving you the benefit of hurting and rejecting yourself so that you can choose better.
Self-love required.
Well, we have one actually coming from our producer. Advice on long-distance relationships.
On distance relationships. Okay.
Yes.
I find it a bit tricky, yet it is not impossible to succeed. The most important aspect of long-distance relationships is communication, consistently, and effectively. That includes video, because you want to see your significant other, because you want to engage them in all of your daily details. It is hard, especially for the woman, because for women, we like the love to be expressed in ways that we can feel or touch. For men, it's also difficult, but I can tell that with equal effort to meet every 1 or 2 months for whatever time that they can afford, and daily communication over the phone, over FaceTime, whatever app, is the goal to achieve. And also have a time for when this relationship is going to be crowned with living together or being together or marrying or being in the same country. So there has to be like a hope or a deadline or a timeline that we are waiting for.
I think that's so relevant to so many people living in Dubai,
yes.
long distance relationships. Okay, I think we have time for one more, a funny one or a serious one, because there's one kind of like quirky one and there's one serious one. Hisham says let's have the funny one. Okay, hey guys, I'm very frustrated at dating apps. I've been having, it seems all the men either don't match or they lie about their height. I'm tallish and I'm honest with my height on apps, but somehow they're all taken aback when we meet. It makes me feel uncomfortable because I feel like they've lied to me.
I think this is very legit. I hear it a lot in my coaching sessions with females, especially about the height thing. Now, why do men lie on dating apps about their heights? Because height psychologically is a representation of power and authority and protection toward the woman. The woman likes to feel like she is hidden or like taken under the wing of a tall guy. So that's why naturally we are drawn to taller guys. Now, the problem with dating apps is that anyone can say anything, and the only thing to verify if they are who they say they are is to meet them. So I would say, don't prolong your suffering the first time you see them and they have lied about anything. You can simply say, thank you so much for the time that you specified for us to meet. I can say and tell that you have overstretched on your application about some details.
Overstretched on your application.
And I wish you all the best. I'm going to give you your evening back. I wish you I wish that the next person will be in a more matching energy to you. And thank you very much. The thing is, most women don't. We feel shy, we feel intimidated, we feel like, okay, but let me see, maybe I'm gonna like his personality, maybe something that he has will compensate. I say, don't fail yourself by lowering your standards. I know too many people height is shallow thing. To me, it is not. To many women, it is not. So I would say just abide by the non-negotiables list that you have for yourself.
Strong ending. Thank you very much. Guys, if anyone is watching, it's Valentine's Day. If you have questions of the heart and if they'd like to get in touch with you, how can they do that?
Well, I have presence on social media, Coach Samar 369, Instagram. They can look up the Healer of Hearts. I will be everywhere on Google. And I would be happy to help more women and men. Because guess what? I prepared a study yesterday because I expected you to ask me about that. Like, how many men work with a relationship expert? 40%.
Oh.
So it is not a small amount of people, of men, who are really interested in working on themselves. So to all men and women out there, I'd say, it's time to work on yourself. It's time to love yourself. It's time to celebrate Valentine's. It's a daily job that you cannot resign from. It's a time for you to love and live to the best and to the highest level.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It's 9:15, which means that brings us to the end of our show, but we really appreciate your time this morning. Thank you so much for all of that helpful advice.
It was a pleasure.
Guys, that is all we have time for on the Lovin Dubai show. We'll be back with you tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Goodbye from me.
Goodbye.